Donald, any jokes? Waiting for teachers. Okay, teachers are good to go. We're going to start with the pros. You guys are good to go? Just one sec. All right, so we're going to hear about social media, something I'm sure that many of you know a lot about. And we're going to hear from the pros first. Please give them all a warm welcome.
Hello everybody, I'm Mercer, that's Daisy, that's Ethan, and that's Hannah.
All right, we're doing the pros of social media. Nearly 2/3 of American adults, or 65%, use social networking sites, up 7% from a Pew Research Center that systematically tracking social media usage in 2005. Social media impacts the lives of people worldwide, socially, politically, and economically. The first social media site was created in 1997 called 6degrees.com. Since then, how people use social media has changed drastically. So that the parent group is able to understand the effects of social media and educate their children, they must contemplate both sides of the issue and its long history. Our group knows it will have a positive impact because social media increases the speed and effectiveness of communication and makes gaining new ideas and perspectives easier than ever before, and provides a voice to the voiceless, and provides hundreds of thousands of jobs in a multi-billion-dollar industry.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Harry,
I'm Elizabeth.
I am Max.
and we're presenting on the concept of social media. Social media is a very common, very popular way of communicating, but it also has its downsides. Social media first started becoming popular around the same time as the internet. The year 2000, over 100 million people use social media. A parenting group wants to make guidelines for parents about social media that they can teach their children, but first they want information from all perspectives. We'll be talking about how social media can be a big distraction, how it can affect your health, how it can spread false information, and cause cyberbullying.
The first positive impact of social media use on children is the ability of adolescents to get help for advice with any issue they're going through. The website nobullying.com was visited over 1.1 million times over the course of 1 month by people struggling with bullying, which got up to over 13 million times over the span of 1 year. There are also many online chat forums where posts can be made anonymously and questions can be asked for the entire world to view and answer. You're more likely to find someone who can truly relate to your experiences if you're searching the entire world rather than just your community, and an internet stranger can give more unbiased advice than a friend or family member. Parents need to teach their children about these positive impacts that social media provides for their children, because no child should feel alone when they have an issue they're going through. They deserve help when they need it.
Okay, so firstly, be honest with me for a second. How many of you guys have been on social media when you were supposed to be doing schoolwork, doing homework, cleaning the house? See? I have 2 studies done by CNN. One says that 38% of people admitted, actually, that they waste more time on social media than anything else. The other one by CNN says that tweens ages 8 to 13 spend an average of 6 hours a day on social media. Teenagers our age, 13 to 17, spend 9 hours. 9 out of 24, it's a lot of time. NPC also did a study. What was theirs? It was something along the lines. NPC study? Okay, well, if someone asks me afterwards, I'll find the information for you. But actually, if you go through our school, I know they'll back me up. Any classroom, there's at least 2 people on the phone. Now, I'm not always saying that it's going to be social media, but most of the time it is. So.
Another major benefit of social media usage is the ability to communicate quickly and efficiently. Communication is a way of life in today's society, and we are in constant communication with others. Social media makes this more efficient and allows children to work with others outside of the classroom on group projects. This motivates children and allows them to have a sense of pride in their work that they have done. And increases their 21st century skills such as problem solving, critical thinking, and collaboration. The parent group must educate their children about how social media will continue to benefit them throughout their lives and school careers, and only then can children reach their full academic potential.
So not only is social media a big distraction, but it can also harm your health, both physically and mentally. Research done by the Georgia Institute of Technology shows that prolonged usage of social media can lead to weight gain, poor posture, eye strain, bad circulation, and even cancer. Social media even has its own modern ailment known as text neck, which is caused by looking down too much. It also affects your mental health, causing depression, addiction. It can decrease your self-esteem. It can also even lead to suicide. Kelly Wallace, a reporter for CNN, states that on average, teens in the United States spend about 9 hours a day on social media. It only takes about 3 hours a day to increase your chances of becoming depressed. And all social media has a bad effect on your health when used too much.
Social media helps prevent cyberbullying by providing a voice for the minority group. Pictured here is Dan Savage and Terry Miller, who are the founders of the It Gets Better Pig campaign, which was invented to provide a voice for those who have been voiceless for so long. Cyberbullying affects 43% of all today's youth, and is the #2 leading cause of teen suicide. These numbers could be as much as quadrupled in minority communities such as the LGBT community. In 2015, there was an estimated 1,500 suicides due to this online abuse. But with online communities such as the It Gets Better program, this allows adolescents a type of security not accessible without the use of the internet. This project was started by the two founders coming forth and telling their story and how it progressively got better for them. Within 3 years, the project took off and gained over 50,000 testimonies from countless celebrities, politicians, and even former President Barack Obama.
Another issue of using social media is the existence and the spread of misinformation. Now, you may be thinking to yourselves, oh, misinformation, that's not too big or bad of an issue. But if you are up to date on recent news, you would know that about a week or two ago, a young Michigan boy was lied to on social media that his girlfriend had passed away. This prompted the young man to end his own life. And as sad as this may be, it serves as a good reminder that misinformation is out there and it can be very potentially harmful. Now, as it being bad wasn't that much of a problem, there's also, it's quite frequent. A study conducted at Pew Research of 1,002 social media users found out that 23% of these people had admitted to spreading false information both with their knowing and without it. So scale that up to the entire social media using population of the US, and you get a much higher number. And that speaks bad news for anyone actually trying to receive news using social media. There was also another study done by done by Indiana University that found out that sites with true information were almost just as popular as sites with false information. Now, if we are going to be using social media in our educational systems, then it's going to be very important that we inform students and staff about this issue.
Another positive benefit of social media is that social media jobs are the future. Over 90% of American employers check the social media accounts of those they're considering to hire. And over $25 billion are spent on social media advertising in one fiscal year. In addition, over 100,000 Americans are employed to work involve social media in some major capacity. And Twitter, Facebook, and Snapchat were all created under the age of 30 and are all working in business. Clearly, social media is a massive industry, and it is an industry that employs many. So, rather than attempting to not show their kids to social media, parents must embrace it, giving their kids the job skills they need to become capable workers and succeed in the competitive 21st century job market, and giving America the skilled and capable workers we need to remain economic superpower.
Okay, so as our opponents have said, cyberbullying is stopped or lessened by social media, when in reality, proven that it's the cause of it. Even they said that, that cyberbullying has been a huge problem, and I do admit, there are organizations out there to help. But it's very hard to find them, actually. Max said something along the lines of misinformation, spreading bad information, bad sites. They're everywhere. You can look up support groups, and it can secretly be a group that's trying to hurt you. They can give you bad advice. A study done said that 58% of middle school students using Instagram participated in some way of cyberbullying. 43% of those people were cyberbullied, and only 15% actually admitted to cyberbullying. But considering the fact that if you admit that you have cyberbullied someone, it's not a good thing to admit. I'm sure more people have. It's a huge problem. I've actually known people personally that have been institutionalized for trying to commit suicide because of this.
In conclusion, so as our group made abundantly clear, social media is a major positive and parent group must allow their children to use it. Because it allows the children to communicate faster and more efficient across county or even country lines, giving often ignored minorities the crucial voice they need, employing hundreds of thousands in a multi-billion-dollar industry, and allowing kids to help solve problems with the help of an international global community. In addition, as many of us are no doubt aware, it's very easy to create social media accounts and lie about your behavior. And it's nearly impossible to stop a dedicated people from going on social media by censorship alone. So, rather than fruitlessly attempting to stop people from using social media, parents must train them to use it properly so it can be problem-solving and innovative tool that it was meant to be.
To conclude for our side of the argument, I will say that if we are going to be using this in our systems, it is going to be absolutely critical that we inform students and teachers of the health effects of cyberbullying, of misinformation, and of every other possible risk that comes with the use of this.
Just out of curiosity, as teenagers, do you guys feel well informed and well prepared to handle social media responsibly? And if so, like, did someone teach you? Did you just kind of figure it out?
More or less. I was taught by my mother mostly how to responsibly use social media and how to use it to benefit my education and just remain informed.
In my case, at least, I know that I went into social media not knowing a lot about it, not having used time when I was younger, at least. And I do wish that as I researched this, I found many possible benefits of social media. I wish I personally had been taught more of those, either at school or by my parents or some sort of effect like that, as I know that I could have utilized it better in my younger years rather than just going on to just grasp issues.
I just have a quick question, sorry. So, I mean, you both talked about having guidelines. And then, so my question is, do you think that if schools use social media more frequently in the classroom, in the school system, in the community, that it would make it more relevant when teaching about social media safety and issues? So that's, do you think that it would be easier for them to teach this if they were actually employing it also, as opposed to teaching it as a foreign concept, or teaching it as something, oh, we know you do this?
Yes, I do believe that if they utilized it better within schools, they could teach it much better. I think that schools, there's a lot of untapped potential in social media in schools that we haven't yet fully utilized, mostly due to the fact that even doing like last government school project, I feel that I could have gone a lot faster if we communicate by text rather than email. And I feel that if schools embrace this technology more, then yeah, I think it would be easier to teach things.
We agree with them.
Okay, that's fine. I mean, that's fine.
Okay. Very well done.